Hey everyone, Kevin Richards here from Rock the Stage NYC here on YouTube and rpmvocalstudio.com on the web for voice lessons worldwide. Don't forget to check out the description below to get both my vocal courses just for $50. That's half off the normal price just for being a cool person and watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe, like this video, share, comment below. More than happy to answer it. I've done a video on this before, but I'm going to do a kind of a shorter version of this. Breath support myth number 3 is belly breathing. This is probably one of the most idiotic things I've ever come across. And I don't know why. Again, very learned, educated coaches who should know better perpetuate this. You will not find any reference to belly breathing prior to 1970 in any sort of book on singing. You won't find it, and that's because prior to 1970 it didn't exist, because around late 60s, 68 or so, 67, 68, yoga came to Western culture, came to the United States, came to Western culture from India. And a lot of singing teachers really didn't know how to really teach breath support really well. So, oh, look at this thing here called yoga, has all these breathing exercises in it. Maybe we should use those. We'll teach them that. And they started to incorporate breath support exercises or breathing exercises from yoga into singing pedagogy. They kind of cross-pollinated it. The two do not belong together. Yoga is a relaxed thing. Belly breathing is to keep the body in a very relaxed position, center things in the center, center the mind sort of towards the center of the body. It's a very relaxed thing. But the problem is it's not relatable to how you breathe when you stand, when you speak, when you run. You don't do any of this. In a seated position or a lotus position, belly breathing is kind of very natural, right? And you'll hear these guys say, well, watch a baby when they're sleeping on their back, their belly rises up and down. Yes, of course the belly rises up and down. That's because the back muscles, the spine, the core muscles that support the spine to keep you standing up straight, when you're lying down, they are relaxed. That releases the stomach wall to allow it to expand. When you stand, the core muscles around here have to activate to keep you prone, to keep you standing up. So the belly does not go out when you breathe. But when you lie down and they relax, the belly then expands. So why they teach us, and I'll tell you why it's really, really wrong. Can you tell I'm from New York sometimes? Or wrong. Here, and I'll tell you why. Because when you do this stupid thing of going and sticking your stomach out, you don't get any rib cage expansion, which means the lungs are not fully expanding and filling up with air. Now watch. If I keep the stomach wall relatively flat when I breathe in, here's what happens to my ribs. See that expansion? They open up. The intercostal muscles pull the rib cage open. Now, if I do this with a belly breath, I get nothing. All I'm doing is going. Now I can do this while I'm talking. I can stick my stomach out. You can't breathe into your stomach. So this idea of belly breathing is just, it drives me nuts when I see people talk about this. You want the rib cage expansion. Keep it open. But you don't need to keep it open on purpose. If you keep the abdominal wall flat as you sing for 3 or 4 seconds, maybe 5, the rib cage naturally stays in its open position, and it will collapse slowly on its own as you exhaust the air out of the lungs. The thing you don't want to do, and you kind of have to do really on purpose, and I don't know why you would want to, is kind of and compress the rib cage down. Just let it breathe in, expand it, and as you sing out, it will naturally collapse on itself. And that's all you need. The idea of this breathing into the just drives me insane. Again, another one, just like the, squeeze your butt when when you sing. If you come across teachers that talk about this belly breathing nonsense, run. Don't spend your money. Because again, they're probably going to perpetuate and teach you lots of other myths, vocal myths, or incorrect bad technique if they're teaching belly breathing, which means they don't know what the hell they're talking about. So this drives me nuts, this belly breathing. So that's breath support myth number 3. Till next time, this is Kevin Richards. Keep rocking, keep practicing. See ya.